When I was younger, I always dreamt of flying cars. I always dreamt of a world where we would have flying cars. Like a world where we'll be driving a car and with the press of a button, we are flying. It was all fun and cool. But the older I got, the more I realized that flying cars make no sense. Like they make literally zero sense. And I started to believe that there will never be a car that we can buy, drive, and also be able to take flights in. And that's what we're going to be discussing in this video. I am Meno and this is my YouTube channel, and this channel will talk cars and all things cars. So if that interests you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Watch this video today, and if you like it, give the video a thumbs up, because in this video we are going to be discussing why flying cars make no sense and why I believe they will never happen. And with that said, let's get the video started. Alright, first of all, we need to ask ourselves, what is a car? Well, a car is a motor vehicle, mostly on four wheels, that are powered by engines to move people and cargo from one place to another. And they are built with emphasis on their aerodynamic shape and design to keep them on the ground and to remain on the ground. You see, like the saying goes, cars are upside down planes. The faster they go, the more grounded they get. And that's even true when it comes to supercars and like motorsports cars. The faster they go, the more the forces push them into the ground. On the other hand, we have flying vehicles or aircraft. They are vehicles that are capable of flying. They are built with more emphasis on their aerodynamic design and elements to make sure to increase lift the faster they go and to reduce downforce and drag. So you see, the words are already like contradicting each other. But that's not the problem here. Here are three factors that I considered before coming to the conclusion that flying cars make no sense. Number one is their purpose. What is the use of flying cars and what problem are they meant to solve? Number two is practicality. How practical would they be in our everyday lives? And number three is safety. Like how safe would they be if we have them around? Well, starting off with number one, which is their purpose. What is the use of flying cars and what problem are they meant to solve? Well, they are meant to solve traffic congestions and traffic jams. But you see, traffic jams only happen in big and highly populated cities. Those areas where you have like a great number of people moving from one place to another all at the same time. But you see, in small cities, in small towns, and in villages, traffic are flowing as smooth as oil. Transportation can be done with cars, and they are going to be far safer, cheaper, and a lot easier. You see, flying cars are used less in those areas. So the targeted area for the use of flying cars are in the big and highly populated cities. And now, let's just ignore the fact that flying cars have a very, very long way to go, and their technology right now is nowhere. And let's just pretend that they're now legal, they're now like as cheap as our everyday cars, and anyone can buy them as long as they have the money and some sort of license to fly them. And now, we all know that being stuck in traffic can be really, really annoying. Getting stuck in traffic for minutes, if not hours, and you're just trying to get to work, and just trying to take the kids to school, or maybe just you just want to get to your destination a lot faster, but now you have to wait in traffic for minutes, if not hours. But with flying cars, all that problem is eliminated. Now, with the press of a button, your vehicle is going to deploy some wing that are probably going to be like extending over your lane or deploying some propellers that are going to spin at a couple thousand RPM, and you take off, clear the whole traffic, and you get to your destination safe and sound without any problem. Sounds cool, right? Yeah. Well, that's where the problem comes in, because brother, you're not going to be the only one flying. The sister next to you is going to be flying. The brother next to you is going to be flying. And now imagine a scenario where everyone initiates their flight mode all at the same time. Everybody deploys their wings, deploys their propellers all at the same time. You have blades, you have like propellers spinning at over 1,000 RPM all at the same time. Imagine how chaotic and dangerous that would be. And like, okay, let's just say that everyone took off peacefully. Everyone took off all at the same time, but they all managed not to clip anyone. Or let's just say that you didn't even need to get to the traffic before you initiate flight mode. You took off from home. You know what that means? It means that there will be less traffic on the road and more traffic in the sky. And now, Now, imagine a world where we have thousands, like thousands of cars flying over the city, buzzing all over the city. Imagine how cool that would be, and also how dangerous that would be. Like, it's going to create a whole ton of problem that we are going to be covering later on in the video. Like, a whole ton of problem. And now, who is going to be navigating the thousands of vehicles that are going to be flying and the thousands of people that are going to be flying? And remember, where you have a lot of people, where you have a lot of people, you have all kinds of people. You have the well-mannered ones, you have the well-skilled ones, and the like responsible ones. And we also have the stupid ones. We also have the Karens. You have people who like sense of their surrounding, who like sense of their own safety. And now imagine a scenario where someone does something stupid mid-flight. Well, you're going to be falling out of the sky with a high chance of unaliving yourself and maybe putting the lives of other ones who are going to be flying in danger, and also the lives of people on the ground in danger. Like, imagine that scenario, and like, you see how that does not make any sense whatsoever. Like, in the process of solving a problem, an even greater problem is created. And is it worth it? I don't think so. And now, number two. Number two is practicality. Like, practicality has to do with the actual use of the car to you in real life application rather than theoretical possibility. It has to do with how useful the vehicle is, how easy it is to use, and how efficient and easy will it make your life. Well, to go straight to the point, it's not going to make our lives any easier for the reasons I'm going to be stating right now. You see, before taking this on any flight, every single time you're going to be taking this on a flight, every single thing on the car will need to be inspected. Everything from the powertrain, the drivetrain, every single mechanism on the car will need to be inspected. Because you see, when people are buying these cars, they are going to be buying them for the sole reason that it can fly. Because if that wasn't the case, they will be going for normal cars. But since it can fly, that's going to be the selling point. So anytime you're going to be taking them on a flight, you're going to be inspecting every single thing, because if one thing goes wrong, every other thing goes wrong. So you see how dangerous that can be. So every single thing will need to be inspected, and that's going to lead to high level of stress and a high cost of maintenance. So you see how impractical that's going to be. Look, I'm not saying this for saying sake. I'm not saying because I know some people are going to be saying, "Oh, he hates flying cars." I don't hate them. I love them. But you see, inspection before every single flight is a must, because remember, you are going to be flying, not driving. If something goes wrong mid-flight, you are going to be falling out of the sky. But if that happens in a car, you're just going to be pulling over. So you see the difference. Like, I've seen a lot of concept of flying cars, and a good number of them are going to be needing a runway in order to take off, which means that you're going to be needing a runway from where you're going to be taking off and where you're going to be landing. And even the ones that are capable of vertical takeoff and landing, they're going to be needing landing pads at both locations. So you see how impractical that would be. So every infrastructure in the city will be needing a runway and landing pads in order to accommodate flying cars. And yeah, like, even like the rules, like some cars like have wings and like arms extending over the lanes. That means that even the roads are going to be needing like reconstruction. So you see how inconvenient that would be. Not only that, noise pollution. Remember, there's going to be thousands of vehicles, like thousands of cars buzzing all over the city. Like, I see some people get so mad and so angry when people with straight pipes like are revving or ripping their cars in the street. Like, they get so mad. And now we have thousands of cars buzzing all over the city. Well, at this point, they're either gonna like pack up, jump into the lagoon, or pack up and go to the village. That is just like the nature call. So you see how impractical and inconvenient that would be, not only to people, but to the whole society as a whole. Is that worth it? I don't think so. And now coming over to number three, which is safety. How safe would they be? Again, imagine a world will have thousands of flying cars buzzing all over the city. Imagine that. Imagine how dangerous that would be. Like, who is going to handle the navigation? Like, who is going to be telling Uncle Cornelius that Uncle Paul is going to be arriving at the convenience store at the same time as him, so that he has to back off so that their landing is not going to overlap? Who is going to be doing that? Like, not to mention that you have all kinds of people in the air. Not to mention that there are some that are going to be powered, potentially thousands that are going to be powered and driven by AI computers. And we all know that in computers there's something we call glitch. I don't know if you've heard that word before, but if you don't know what it is, well, Glitch is a defect or a failure in a computer software, program, or machine. It happens all the time. And sometimes the so-called software engineers and computer engineers can't even explain why they happen or what causes them or how to fix them, because they can be so transient that they can even fix themselves, and it's going to make it difficult to troubleshoot them, because they can just happen and disappear. You don't know what caused them and how they can be fixed. It happens all the time. Glitch. Last year it happened with Microsoft. All Microsoft system worldwide shut down. You're talking banks, hospitals, broadcasters, airlines, pilots mid-air were losing contact with their control centers. It was like crazy. And imagine that happening to a system that controls thousands of vehicles flying over a city, all of them shutting down or losing control mid-flight. Well, it's going to be raining cars, and not only will it be raining cars, they will be clipping the ones that humans are flying, and those ones will be falling also. And yeah, you get the picture. Simply put, it's going to be apocalyptic. And now the elephant in the room, the fear and the anxiety that will instill in people's mind, having to live our lives every single day with the fear that something might fall out of the sky and crush us into the ground, or maybe crash into our building and level us along with it. That fear and anxiety, it happens all the time, even with cars. Someone might be in their living room or maybe in the toilet taking a poop, and a car across the road might fly into their building and unalive them. It happens all the time. I've had an experience like that. Not that I died, but I was walking on the road and an old lady made a mistake and clipped me from behind. It happened so fast that I couldn't even tell. For no reason. And from that day on, a new fear was unlocked, having to walk the road every single day with the fear that someone might make a mistake and just clip me from behind. Like, it happens. And imagine that happening with flying cars. Maybe an incident where a car flew off the sky, crashed into some building, or maybe crossed a couple tens of people. Imagine the fear and the anxiety that will instill in people's mind. Having to live your life every single day with the fear that something might just fly off the sky and kill you. These are the problems that having flying cars around would cause. And again, is it worth it? I don't think so. I don't think so. And don't even get me started with their looks and their design right now. And even their technology, the level of technology that they're at right now. I want to ask you guys some question. Does this qualify as a flying car? Should we also call them flying cars? Because I think they should be in a whole different category. But let me know if we should also call them flying cars. And don't even get me started with those, because that's a whole different topic that needs a whole video that I'm not even gonna pretend to even touch on in this video. And yeah, are flying cars going to exist? Yes. In fact, as long as cars exist, flying cars are also going to exist. But do I think they should exist? Well, yes, but in a certain way. You see, I would love them to exist as a paid experience. You know, the way we go to the amusement park and we pay to experience some things like roller coasters. I think that would work well with flying cars, being able to pay to experience them under supervision in a closed course. That would be a nice feeling to be able to be able to experience a car that can drive and also be able to take flight. That would be a nice feeling. And aside from that, being available for purchase by anyone or being a means of transportation in the city, that's a bad idea in all ways, shape, and form. And that's my thought. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. And with that, we've come to the end of the video, guys. So if you like the video, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more and share the video with your friends and family if you think they're going to like it. And with that said, thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out and stay safe.